93 WMSC Upper Montclair. In national news, on Friday evening, a wildfire broke out in the Big Sur area in California. As of Sunday morning, approximately 25% of the fire has been contained, and around 500 residents were forced to evacuate their homes. The cause of the fire is unknown, but was spread from high surging winds. In regional news, as of Sunday, ice skating has reopened at the Roosevelt Park in Edison, which is located in Middlesex County. In order to prevent the spread of COVID-19 at their facility, they are offering masks to individuals who are skating and have hand sanitizing stations located all around the rink. On Sunday, there was a line of eager families waiting to go skating at the rink that has been shut down due to the pandemic. In local news, on Sunday, there was a major water main break which affected all of the Montclair State University campus. Many residents were left without running water for approximately 2 hours. At 2:35 in the afternoon on Sunday, the campus announced that the water pressure had returned, but advised students to run faucets for a few minutes before using them. Lastly, for some weather, it is currently 25 degrees outside with a 4% chance of precipitation. Today has a high of 33 and a low of 26, and it is going to be cloudy with some possible sun poking through at around 4 o'clock this afternoon. Thank you, and back to you, Cam.
Now, quick question for you guys. You guys live on campus, all of you?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That was probably the most frustrating, 4 hours of my life?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
See, I had put laundry in like 20 minutes before it
Ooh.
said that it broke. So I was like, great, now I just got to wait for this thing to get fixed. So it was just kind of sitting there for hours.
Hours is crazy.
Yeah.
I had issues this morning too. When I turned the shower on, it was still pretty messed up, but I just let it run for a little bit and I was like, okay, we're back in business. Good to go.
Yeah.
I'll try to brush my teeth, but the water's not working. But anyway, that's the point. We got a sportscast for you. And we're going to talk about for the first hour, we're going to talk about the NFL playoff recap. This week was truly exciting for football. All 4 games in the division round came down to the absolute wire. Down in Tennessee on Saturday, it was a return of King Henry. Derrick Henry suited up for the first time since October after breaking his foot. He found the end zone and the Titans defense was getting after Joe Burrow, tackling for an NFL playoff record 9 times. However, Joe Shiesty, the legend himself, said, you know what? It's all good. Although he did not throw a touchdown pass, he did throw for over 300 yards, and he did absolutely enough to set up rookie kicker Evan McPherson to kick a game winner and put the Bengals somewhere they have not gone in over 30 years, since 1988, mind you, the AFC Championship game. In the other Saturday matchup for that doubleheader, it put the San Francisco 49ers against the Packers of Green Bay. Something to know about this. Aaron Rodgers grew up near San Francisco and was a huge Niner fan. However, he has never beaten the Niners in a single playoff game ever. Well, things change. So far, so good. Packers are up 7-0, and the Cheeseheads were absolutely rocking. The Niners kept dropping passes left and right as the warm weather team was trying to adjust. However, Mr. Rodgers did not do anything else against that Niner defense, and Jimmy G and company somehow got the win because of a special teams play called a block field goal, a block punt for a touchdown, and it's absolutely insane. Robbie Gould also iced out his former rival team, and allowed the Niners to go into the NFC Championship game against either Tampa Bay or LA. Which one did we go to? Well, yesterday, they'll find the host of that game. Those two played themselves. Matthew Stafford and company got after all first half. That defense was getting to Tom Brady and got him flustered. He even got a penalty. The first time I've ever seen a quarterback get a penalty. However, Brady's the ultimate competitor for a reason. His second half brought the game from 27-3 to a tied game bound for overtime with under a minute left to go in the game. For the third straight game, another potential overtime game. Cool. However, the Bucs defensive coordinator Todd Bowles lives and dies by the blitz. And let's just say the blitz ended their season prematurely. He got burnt and left Antoine Winfield, their safety, one-on-one with the best receiver in the game, Cooper Kupp, the best route runner, mind you. That big game set up Matt Gay for a game-winning kick. And the NFC Championship game is decided. And for the second time in a decade, Tom Brady is not competing in a conference title game. Niners versus Rams on Sunday Night Football. And yesterday, speaking of Sunday Night Football, Josh Allen and Pat Mahomes went crazy down in Arrowhead. The most exciting game I've seen in a long time, pitted those two, the best 2 quarterbacks in the AFC, in a heated contested matchup. Allen threw 4 touchdowns at Gabriel Davis, who set up a playoff record for 4 TDs and hit the last one on a huge go-ahead score with 13 seconds to go in the game. However, Mahomes said, "Yeah, it's all good. Quick play there, set the field goal, and got into overtime where they got the ball first." And Patrick Mahomes said, "All right, Travis, I got you, my brother. Hit Travis Kelce." And next week, the Chiefs are hosting the Bengals in the AFC Championship game. So that's your sports report for the first hour.
A tragic death of a 13-year-old student leads to advocating for naloxone to be available in schools. The death of a 13-year-old student who apparently overdosed on fentanyl at his Connecticut school has drawn more pleas for schools to stock the opioid antidote, naloxone. Many are also advocating for the training of both staffers and children on how to recognize and respond to overdoses. The 7th grader tragically died after feeling sick at Hartford school that did not have naloxone on hand. City officials vowed to put the antidote in all city schools as part of a wider drug use and overdose prevention strategy. Dr. Craig Avalance, who is president of Addiction Services for Hartford Healthcare's Behavioral Health Network, added, naloxone should be available in all schools, and there should be an education on signs and symptoms of overdose and how to use this. And he then goes on to say, unfortunately, a horrible incident like this happens, and suddenly everyone's vision is 2020. Hartford Mayor Luke Bryan said that because of the student's young age, an opioid overdose did not immediately come to mind when the school nurse and first responders who did have naloxone treated him. That's why city officials are also proposing more training and curriculum charges aimed at educating staffers, students, and community members in substance use awareness and prevention, he said. In response to the student's death, advocacy groups are repeating calls they've made for several years for schools to stock naloxone, often delivered as a nasal spray under the brand name Narcan, and train educators, support staff, and students to recognize signs of opioid use and overdose, especially because younger people are falling victim more frequently.
I agree with the quote that's in the article, the one that says, quote, unfortunately, a horrible incident like this happens and suddenly everyone's vision is 2020, end quote. Just because I feel like it, with, this situation as well as many things in life, it takes a tragedy for people to really become aware of things that are, not really acknowledged beforehand, and things that could potentially lead to serious outcomes, such as, this story. And I think it's a little bit unfortunate that, especially in the United States, but it happens everywhere. It takes a real tragedy until people actually have their eyes opened and they acknowledge, important matters.
And
Yeah,
I agree with that 100% because it really took every example in literally the world history. It really took one tragic incident to really open people's eyes. Like, oh wow, this is a pressing issue. Even though it could be going on for years, and we're just so immune to it, thinking like, okay, well, there's nothing wrong that's going to happen to us. But at the end of the day, it's just one of those things that, boom, it really just changes everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like suddenly, like now it's important, and we don't know, like maybe there's been more cases that unfortunately haven't been heard of, and
exactly.
Yeah, I think it is important to recognize certain signs of overdoses, because young people do those type of things, and even by accident and stuff, and it's important, especially when you're working with younger people, to know, even if you don't think it's important, be prepared for everything.
Mm-hmm.
And Spice Boy, as they just said, MSU EMS does carry naloxone. How does that make you guys feel about that?
I feel definitely relieved, knowing that the school cares and they're acknowledging different things like this. But for me personally, as a student who has passed through several years of like a public schooling education, as well as now in college, this is the first time that I'm hearing of naloxone. So I'm sure there's other medications, important medications that could save somebody's life that I have not heard about. So I think it's important for students to also be educated on it, because I would have had no idea that Montclair had it. So in case like of an emergency, I feel like students should have some education on different life-saving, things that are located in, schools or health centers that are available to everybody in case of an emergency, of course.
Yeah, you got something to add to that too?
Well, I mean, I would also have to say that it does make me feel really safe knowing. I mean, I like Ali, I didn't really know what it was, but now knowing that they have it, that makes me feel like safer to know I can like call the UPD. And also the fact that this was a 13-year-old that this happened to.
That's absolutely
That's
heartbreaking.
the thought of that just the thought of that I can't even like wrap my head around.
It's just still baffling to think that someone that young, it happened. It's like they just became a teenager. They literally just became a teenager, and they have the rest of their life to look forward to. And to see something like this for someone that young is just disheartening.
Yeah, according to Spice-Man Isaiah, that's a baby.
It really
It
is.
is really young.
It really is.
Like, wow, I was in 8th grade at 13, and I still just remember thinking like, oh wow, I got the rest of my I got the rest of my life ahead of me. Just open my eyes and everything, and now just realizing that's life. That, and 6.5 is middle age for that individual. It's just crazy.
Mm-hmm.
This next story is very personal to me because quick question for you guys. You guys drive?
Yes.
I can't drive. But
I can drive, but I don't have my car because freshmen aren't allowed cars on campus.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot you're all kids. This
Hey,
is the like
Sorry,
I said.
Grandpa.
Sorry, Grandpa.
This is the daycare center here on 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair. And we're gonna just talk about this real quick. Gas prices continue to surge across the country. The average price of gas, regular grade gasoline, is up over a penny over the past 2 weeks to $3.40 per gallon. And industry analyst Shibley Lundberg of the Lundberg survey said that Sunday prices at the pump could continue to rise because crude oil costs have increased. The average gas price is 95 cents higher than it was 1 year ago. Nationwide, the highest average price for regular grade gas in the San Francisco Bay area is $4.74 per gallon. The lowest average cost is in Houston at $2.86 per gallon. According to the survey, the average price of diesel is $3.70 per gallon, up 6 cents. How long does it take you to fill up your gas? Have you noticed any changes? That's a question for you guys.
Oh, no, because I haven't driven since before fall semester.
You didn't drive over run a break?
Not really, because I was kind of like stuck in my house for all of break.
So where I'm from, there's nothing better to do than to drive around because I live in the middle of nowhere.
Where are you from again?
I'm from Oneonta, New York. It's like upstate, but not it's not like Buffalo, but it's like
It's upstate, but it's not upstate. Got it.
And so yeah, very small town, nothing to do, and so all we could do is drive around. So like over break, I obviously drove quite a little bit, but for me, for some reason, I do not like getting gas. It's just, I don't know why. I just don't like getting gas. And I don't have my own car. I use my dad's car. So my dad, hi dad, he always gets gas. And yeah, so I don't really ever recognize it because it's always my dad who gets the gas. But
I will say, like, when I was like younger and like I would hear like offhandedly on the news, like, oh, gas prices rose, like it would always be like under $1. So I was always thinking like it can't be that bad. But then like after like realizing, oh, like you're getting like gallons, it starts to add up after a while.
Man, let me say 2 stories. Okay, so it was my sophomore year. Back in 2020, the dark ages. I got my car, right? Filled up with gas. $20 filled up my tank. Chilling. Cool. I get into a car accident. My car's totaled, all that, this and that, right?
Were you okay?
Next thing I know, it's like, okay, well, that's tragic. Oh well. But I just filled up my tank, so like that's $20 out of the drill, but I'll just make that back in DoorDash money. Now we're gonna get to the other story. Fast forward, the car I have now, it's $20-$25 filled up my tank. Nowadays, it's like, okay, well, $25. No, me have my car. It's I run off little regular gas filled up every time. However, now my car has the check engine light on. I've not driven in a few days because let's just say I don't feel like paying for that gas now. And so here I am sitting here, seeing that gas is going up more and more. Come on, son. Like, can I get a discount?
Catch a break.
Does discount is there like do I have off? Is there something I could sign up for? Like,
Special rewards program.
Yeah, like
Only
like,
for you though.
Like, is there someone I could talk to for that? Like, I'm trying to get myself them discounts because I think we all need some discounts on the gas.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And I think it's crazy that the gas price has increased 95 cents over the past year. Like, to me, that's just baffling.
No, 95 cents
No,
is
yeah.
crazy. 95 cents is absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
Plus, on top of that, what can you do for an extra 95 cents? And like I said, it adds up.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, well, you guys discuss. I'm gonna do some quick math real quick.
No, but I just said that because I remember like in math, like we'd be doing exponential problems and like just like one little number decimal can like really like start to like
Like that problem where
raise
like you can choose like $100,000 now, like 1 penny, and then like the next day 2, then 4.
Yeah,
and
I guess
so
math
on.
does come in handy, but yeah, it's crazy. Like 95 cents. Like that's like it's only 5 cents off of the dollar.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the thing. So I just did some math.
Ooh.
A year ago, before gas price went up, it cost my car 25. It was like $25-ish
Mm-hmm.
to fill up. Whatever, yada yada yada. And now to the car to add a few-ish dollars. Now just did the math. 95 cents in my car takes like 11.5 gallons. It's like another 11-ish, like another $12-$13.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
Dang.
No.
just to fill up my car.
I wonder how much that will increase within the next year. Like, that like leads me to believe that it's gonna be
Oh yeah.
not fun.
Soon enough, I'm gonna be paying $50 to fill up my tank.
Mm.
The story showcase. Joe, you want to take it over?
I was actually about to ask if I could.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Because we literally were talking about this right over break. Encanto is breaking barriers and records. Encanto became the first movie soundtrack since 2019 to reach #1 on the Billboard charts. The film's most popular song, We Don't Talk About Bruno, became the highest charting song from a Disney animated film in more than 26 years, ranking higher than Frozen's Let It Go. For those who don't know, Encanto is about the Madrigals, who are an extraordinary family who live in the mountains of Colombia in a charmed place called the Encanto. The magic of the Encanto has blessed every child in the family with a unique gift. Every child except for Mirabelle. However, she soon may be the Madrigal's last hope when she discovers that the magic surrounding the Encanto is now in danger. Encanto has been the most successful animated film at the box office during the pandemic, with $223 million in ticket sales worldwide. But the soundtrack explosion, prompted by its Christmas debut on Disney Plus, has propelled a rare kind of pop culture sensation. Encanto didn't displace just anybody from the top spot. It took over Adele. 6 songs from the film have charted onto the Billboard 100. Lin-Manuel Miranda, the director of the movie, added, "What's most rewarding is how people are connecting to the songs, and its characters are expressions of their own family roles and dynamics. The things we were chasing was, can we get the complexity of a family, a multi-generational Latin family, into a Disney film," says Miranda. "That's what people seem to be responding to. I'm bopping my head to this, but it's kind of deep and there's layers to it." So what do you guys think?
I'm really excited. Like that was a good song too. We Don't Talk About Bruno. Like it was so catchy and like
I feel like all of the songs from that, like Surface Pressure and what else can I do? Those
Mhm.
are. I feel like I see the three of those songs all over like social media.
Yeah, especially the opening of the I forgot what it was called, but like when she's introducing her family,
I
like
think it's just called the Family Madrigal.
oh, okay. Well, that song is actually I like the like upbeat to it, and like this is so cool.
No, my roommate and I literally walk around our room singing the songs. We listen to the songs nonstop. It's very catchy. And I think also just the story of the movie is like very groundbreaking. And I think it's very powerful and meaningful.
Yeah.
And I think it, it's a very inclusive story and it recognizes groups that may have not been recognized with Disney. Well, they haven't been recognized with Disney previously. So I think it's something that, as well as, being a catchy show, it really, or movie, it, opens up, recognition for a lot of like Latino people and, many different groups. And the one thing though that I am a little bit sad about is that it overtook Adele, because Adele's one of my favorite artists. But it's a really good I keep saying show because I'm so used to saying show because I'm in theater, but it's a really good movie.
Yeah.
And I'd say it deserves the top spot on the Billboard, like the number one, because, and I'm surprised that 6 of the songs are on the top 100.
Yeah.
Surprised, but at the same time not.
And like I just like I haven't seen like a movie in a while that like resonated with so many people, and like what you said, like Latino people, like in like Disney, like there hasn't been like a movie like that, and like it's especially like about family, and like that's something like anybody could relate to, and it's just I think it spoke to so many people, and like seeing like cosplay and like people like just like loving the songs, like it's just like so nice to see.
And I think now with like how Disney, if you look at more so the modern movies that Disney has produced, like Coco and wow, what's the one about the fish boy? I can't think of the name. Luca. And now Encanto, you're seeing that it's starting to become inclusive of all different races and ethnicities and people. And in Encanto you have Luisa, who's the strong one, whereas like there's never really been a Disney character where little girls can aspire to be somebody who's strong and powerful, and that carries the weight. And I think Disney's starting to become more diverse with their characters, which I really enjoy seeing.
Yeah, like especially with the diversity within the family itself.
Yeah.
Like and there were like so many different looking people, and like that is like a family doesn't look like a carbon copy of each other. Like there's variety and stuff. I really liked how they went with that.
Listen, I've never seen Encanto. I meant to see it over break, but there's like a lot of things I've meant to see. Like I meant to see Soul as well. But just overall, the last
Soul, that's a great movie.
It's another so many good movies on Disney Plus.
The last few years that Disney has been doing, just the diversity of characters is just it's just like awe inspiring, because it gives a lot of people, especially the young kids, the young generation, a way to see, okay, this someone that looks like me, someone who is like me is on the screen, and it just allows kids to have their imaginations run wild instead of seeing the same old people over and over. They see someone that is like them, and they can relate to them more. Kind of like I'm a big Marvel guy, huge Marvel guy. So like me seeing Captain America go from Steve Rogers to Sam Wilson, it's awesome to see, because it's a lot. Like my nephew, his favorite superhero is Black Panther. Right, Chadwick Boseman, rest in peace. But see, my nephew's starting to love Captain America now, because the whole fact that Anthony Mackie, an African American actor, is playing is the mantle of Captain America now, and it gives him some sort of idea that he wants to be Captain America. And I love Captain America all my life, but like seeing someone that is like to me, being an African American male, it's kind of cool to see that the representation throughout the big screen.
Like with Encanto, I like looking at like my family, like I was able to see them in this, and like it was just nice to see that. And like I think there's like a lot of more representation that we could be showing, but like this is a good step. And
I feel like we got a good question for my special Isaiah over in the office. Have any of you guys felt represented in movies, and how does it make you feel?
Well, I mean, like I said before, like seeing Captain America. First of all, I've been a Captain America fanboy since I was your age. Oh, wait, you guys are not that much younger than me.
I'm literally
We're
a year
like-
younger than you.
Okay,
Tom.
so
now.
when I was the same age as Cassandra trying to get Wally into the DVR, the DVD. So when I was around that age, but like 6, give or take.
Yeah.
I saw Captain America and I was like, wow, I like this guy's morals. I love seeing this guy, but he doesn't. I see myself as him, but I kind of can't physically see myself as Captain America because I don't think that I'm good enough to be Captain America. Then I see the comic where Sam Wilson is Captain America, and I'm like, oh, well, okay, this is someone I could somewhat relate to. I think his first comic was, I want to say, was 2012, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know off the top of my head, but yeah. But to seeing someone that looks like me represent me, I felt so inspired, and I felt like I could take on the world.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it's really powerful. I remember Wizards of Waverly Place. She was the family was
Who's
mixed.
she? Who's she?
Selena Gomez's character, the family.
Okay.
Like they were mixed with Italian and Mexican, I think, and like it was cool to see like a mix of like cultures and stuff because I didn't really see that a lot, and like seeing like both sides of the family, not just one. That was nice to see. So yeah.
What's you, Joe?
Oh, like I haven't personally connected, I feel like, to many movies, and I know that sounds like, obviously, like I like all like the superheroes and all that fun stuff, and like I try to put myself like, I think, how do I explain this?
I don't know.
Neither do I. But anyway, I like the movies, but I haven't really like clicked with a character yet, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Mm-hmm.
Like you understand, you like the concept of the movie, but it's just a matter of you can't
Like,
see yourself as that
Like
character
maybe
yet.
you connected more to the story.
Yeah.
You just can't see yourself in those shoes yet.
Exactly. Yeah.
Got you. Allie, how about you? You're quiet over there.
I don't know. I mean, for me growing up, I always admired Disney princesses. I always wanted to be Disney princesses. I was a child on YouTube trying to make a spell to make myself a mermaid, not gonna deny that. But I think like a character that's always kind of resonated with myself and just like, that I've always felt a connection to is Belle. Obviously the brunette thing is going on, but just seeing like how a character like that, she's so different from the standard, and she has these large aspirations in life, and she gets judged for just wanting to be a bookworm, and I've always been into reading my entire life, and I've always been on the nerdier side. So I think myself personally, I resonated with her and I aspired to be somewhat like her, and I actually had the chance to play her my freshman year of high school. We did a production of it, so that was pretty fun, being able to like make that character come to life. But that's definitely a character that I've always resonated with.
That's tough. Honestly, that gives me a lot of joy. But it is snow in Texas. But there's another Walmart story that took place in Texas.
That was good. I appreciate
The
that.
thought. I liked it.
That was that. Anyway. A Texas woman is now out on bond after sheriff deputies said she tried to purchase another woman's child while waiting in a checkout line at Walmart.
I don't know what I was expecting.
Rebecca
but it was
Taylor.
not that.
Rebecca Taylor, a 49-year-old, came up to a woman's shopping cart in the checkout line. The woman's car had 2 children inside at the time. They're minding all their business when the family was approached by the stranger. Taylor made comments about the one woman's children before allegedly asking if she could buy him for $250,000. The mother refused the offer, and Taylor pressed further. She increased the offer to $500,000, $500,000, mind you, and allegedly threatened to take the infant, according to the Harris County Sheriff's Office. Debbie said the mother still refused and was able to leave the store with her children safely. That's when she notified the authorities of what happened. Taylor was arrested and charged with the sale and purchase of a child, a third-degree felony in Texas. Records show she was released on bond Thursday for $50,000.
Once again, I would just like to say,
Crazy.
excuse me.
My gosh.
What went through that woman's
I know.
What was her aim?
She was not in reality. I
Something
can't wrap my head around this.
was going on over there, and I don't think any of us know what.
I don't want to know.
And like, why did she want one kid and not the other? Because there were 2 kids.
Why would she want
Son
a
of-
kid?
Why is she only?
What
Uh,
on God?
How? Okay, no. you are in Walmart one day and some random person comes up to you and says, "I want to take what's yours." Like,
No.
I want to take your kids.
I want to take your kids.
Listen, so what is it?
The older, Isaiah's saying the older one was 100% an ugly baby.
That's tough. That's tough.
I mean,
Out here
I
in the
was an
truth.
ugly baby.
I was too.
Me too.
So
Chubby.
I'm glad that nobody would want to steal me from a Walmart. Good to know.
Same here.
Yes, very good to know.
Also, this. Imagine. All right. So, like I said, you just getting milk. You just got your milk. You know, you're in line with the kids, and sitting there like, all right, cool, we chilling. Next thing you know, oh hey, that's a very pretty baby you got there. How much you want for it?
Oh my god.
Just playing that scenario in my head.
What?
Like, that doesn't sound real.
just-
That doesn't
It's the
sound.
fact that she was ready to shell out $500,000.
Yeah, but
I'll
do
give
we-
you-
do
I'll
we
give you
think she
500K.
would really,
I'll give
like,
you
no,
$500,000
that
for
don't
this
been a
one
bluff or something.
child.
And that's the thing. Like, I don't think she'd be carrying that much money on her. And I just feel like
Sweetheart,
I don't know.
sweetheart,
I feel like she
sweetheart.
was just trying to steal it.
Sweetheart. There's a thing called Zelle.
I don't know what that is.
You know what Zelle is?
Venmo.
Venmo?
Oh, I know what
Venmo, Cash App,
is.
PayPal.
Cash App,
Oh, or is
exactly.
it just a form of?
It's a form of
Online.
online transaction.
Yep.
I don't know. I just feel like she would not pay that much, and she would just take
So,
it.
so you think she's capping?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's just the fact that I even like read this today. I'm just like trying to
This, like, do you think she does this
comprehend.
like regularly? It's the amount of confidence you have to have.
she goes to a Target, says the same thing.
Yeah.
Hey, see that child right there? Can I have it? What?
Oh my gosh. I can't imagine.
Is like my head is twisted all
It's a
over.
very, very interesting story.
She kept on like trying to offer, like, no.
No, the fact it's not even the fact that she you know offered to get the baby, the kid. It's the fact that
Dollar Tree.
Mm.
That was funny.
it's not the fact that she tried to get the kid. It's the fact that she paid, is actually willing to go up in prices. That's the crazy part about all of it.
Like, she might not have the money, but like she was like serious about it.
Like,
Like,
bro,
taking
like what's up? Like, what's good?
I can't even imagine being on the receiving end of that either. Like, I know you were saying, like, imagine somebody comes up to you and do that. Like, I don't know how I'd react. Like, I would
don't-
freak out.
I don't know
No,
what
word,
I'd do.
just being cool. I mean, I kind of understand what I kind of understand. Not really, but I guess she didn't want to be lonely, and
yeah, but there's
the woman is going
get,
like,
No.
kidnap
boyfriend,
someone.
Get
well, no.
I don't know.
Here's what I'm saying though. Like, she didn't want to be lonely, so she
Oh
tried.
my
Like, she tried to make a price,
Oh.
and with the panorama going on, you don't. It's you're quarantine, being lonely. It kind of stinks being lonely. And what you gonna do? Watch TV? When you watch TV, yada yada yada. Some things come on TV, such as a Hallmark movie.